don't know me, my name is Savannah Flowers, and my husband and I run Blooming Flowers Yoga in downtown Victoria. For those of you in the back, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome, yeah. All right, so yoga. What is yoga? For many of you, this may be your first experience, or maybe you've experienced a yoga practice in the past. One thing I really like to highlight about yoga is that it's super individual. So what I'm going to share with you and show you and teach you today all comes from what I've learned from this teacher and that teacher and this teacher and that teacher. And so anytime you step into a yoga class, expect it to be different and come from that person's perspective. That way you kind of walk away going, all right, so maybe I like some of that, maybe I don't like some of that, and that's okay too, right? So it never has to be the same. Your yoga practice will look differently than mine. So with that being said, go ahead and stand on your mat. So to get started, I'm gonna have you take your feet just a little bit wide. And I want to take the feet wide so we get a good base underneath, right? Good. From our mountain pose, similar leg position, but now in balance form. Take your left foot and turn it out towards the street. And let's slide the foot up to the ankle here. Very nice. So already challenging balance because we're not standing on our 2 feet. Some of you will stay right here. We're moving into what's called tree pose. Some of you will stay right here balancing with this kickstand. Some of you might slide the foot up just a little higher. Again, if you know you can go higher, feel free, but we're here to balance in this posture, so take your time. Now your arms can either go out wide like you were for Warrior 2. You can always bring hands to the heart center. You can always take the hands overhead and grow your branches. But can you feel your full foot? Right? Just like we were doing step to step, side to side. Feel the full foot on the floor. And don't hold your breath. Let's do one more. Now as you come down, try to shift. Right foot down. Shift your weight. Turn the foot out. Left foot, your right foot, slide it up. Maybe you've got a kickstand. Maybe you go a little higher. I think it's helpful to soften the eyesight. It's helpful to look at one thing in front of you. Maybe not the falling yogi in front of you, which nobody's falling. Not yet, right? Falling is part of the practice though. It's never wrong. Take your time, arms go where they're feeling most comfortable, and we're gonna take one more breath. Good, release. As you step, can you feel your weight shift? Don't just plop down. Good. Open the feet nice and wide. So the repetition is how we learn. The body likes to learn through repetition, so do our brains. So turn your left toes out towards the street. Good. Right toes stay facing me. Open up the stance wide enough so that you can get into your Warrior 2 legs. Very nice. All right, reach the arms out by your side. This is Warrior 2. From Warrior 2, we'll come into what's called extended side angle. So you're gonna take your left elbow to your left thigh and reach your right arm all the way over. So stretching from the fingertips down to the armpit, yep, stretch your armpit, into the ribs, all the way down your hip, into the leg. So take a breath, and on your breath out, see if you can sink deeper into your hip. Oh, good job, yogis. Let's take another breath here through the nose. And come all the way back up. Warrior 2. Hands to the hips, straighten your legs. Tick-tock your toes, so turn the right toes out. Left toes are gonna stay facing me. As you're ready, start to sink into that left, that's your right knee. Your right knee, it's hard for me to mirror. All right, sinking into your knee there, arms go wide. Move with control and purpose, take a breath. As you breathe out, take the elbow to the thigh. The right arm is gonna reach over. Good work. From here, stay right here, or breathe in. And as you breathe out, imagine you could drop this hip in. That was beautiful. Let's do one more breath here. All the way back up. Hands to the hips, turn the toes, walk the feet together. Very good. All right, so keep the hands at the hips. I like to think about the feet sometimes, so challenging our balance here from mountain pose. Hands at the hips, and you want to lift up onto those heels. So lift up onto your toes. Good, and lower. And lift. And lower. And as you lift, try not to let your heels or ankles push out to the side. And lower. Good. And now at your own pace, lift and lower. And lift and lower. And lift and lower. Good. At your own pace. And I promise you that you do these daily, you're going to make your balance so much stronger. Try with control. Lift up. Push down against resistance. Woo! Lift up. Push down against resistance. Good. 3 more like that. Lift up. Push down against resistance. For 2, lift up. Push down against resistance. And 1 more like that. Up. Down against resistance. Now, up against resistance. And down. Up against resistance. Lift. And lower. Good. 3 more. Lift. And lower. It's challenging. Let's lift. Woo. And lower. Good. 2 more against resistance. Lift and lower. No one can do that for you except for you, right? 1 more. Lift and lower. Very good. Hands to the hips. Take the feet out nice and wide. If you want to shake out those legs, you can. Your calf muscles are very important to keep your circulation flowing throughout your body. So a little heel lift will go a long way. All right. Body likes repetition. Let's turn the toes, left toes out. Bend into that knee, coming into warrior 2. You might notice that after doing this a few times already, the body's getting warmer into the posture. Arms out wide. Take a big breath. Breathe out, elbow to the thigh, left arm over, right arm over. Breathe here. Breathe out. Come back to warrior 2. Keep your legs just as they are. Stay sinking into those hips. Your left palm, that was beautiful back there. Turn it up to the sky. Take a breath and lift your left arm to the sky. You might even look up and catch a cloud or see the bird. Notice the breeze crossing your skin.
The sun.
The sun. Notice how it just shines right in your eye. So peaceful. Let's come back to center. Hands to the hips. Straighten the legs. Turn your toes. And this tick-tock motion may not seem like much either, but we're moving the full leg, internal, external rotation. Let's bend the knee, coming into warrior 2 stance. So here's the thing about yoga, and especially the way I like to practice yoga, it does not have to be hard to be beneficial. I'm here to tell you, you do not have to be hard to your body to be healthy, right? So take your time in these movements. Be here, feel them, be gentle with your breath and yourself. Reverse warrior. Keep your legs. Turn your right palm and lift up to the sky. Big breath. Breathe it out. Good work, yogis. Come back to center. Hands to the hips. Straighten the legs. Turn the toes. And let's walk the feet together. Very good. So for this next posture, you can stay facing me. I will turn to the side. You want your feet still about hip width distance apart. And imagine that there's a chair behind you, but there's no chair, yogis. So reach the arms up to the sky, and let's sit back onto our heels, bending the knees, and let your hips sink in. Imagine that there's a chair behind you, so you're looking for that chair. Now we've got all this awareness in our feet. Can you press through your full foot? You're not just on your toes. You're not just on your heels. And I would also like you to feel a little bit of energy in your tail. You've got a lot of energy in your low back here. Release that by dropping the tail towards the earth. This is chair pose. Everybody loves chair pose. Take a breath. Breathe it out. Good. This is going to be the hardest one we do all day. Do 1 more breath. Hands to the hips. Stand up. Oh yeah, shake that out. Good. Let's move through 1 more standing series, and then we will start to bring it down towards the earth. So like before, the body likes to do the same thing. It learns better that way. Open up the feet. Turn the toes. You'll start to feel yourself flowing into it. Bend your knee. right? It becomes second nature. Practicing these poses all the time, the body starts to get really used to it. Take your elbow to your thigh, lift over. Notice you might go a little deeper, you might stretch a little further, but you're not forcing it, you're noticing it. Let's do reverse warrior. Can you breathe through it? Inhale. Be here, take a breath out. Good. All right, come back to your warrior two. Last posture here, we're gonna straighten this leg. Straighten it out. Now imagine we could touch those buildings. So reach over, touch the buildings. Don't go down just yet, just reach. All right, feel this gentle, maybe not so gentle stretch on your inner thigh there. And now take your hand down to your leg and your opposite hand up to the sky. You've created a giant triangle out of your body. This is triangle pose. Nice stretch for the inner thigh. Really wonderful to open up the side body here. Let's do one more breath. And to come out of the pose, I like to bend the knee, right? Use your full body to help you. Don't force your body to move. Hands to the hips, straighten the legs. Tick-tock your feet. Good. Bend into the knee. Start to feel your intuition tell you where to go. Thigh and elbow meet. Arm reaches over. Try to breathe here. On the inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching all the way up. Good. Feel how you flow. Breathe out. You guys look amazing. Let's come back to center. Last posture here. Straighten out the legs. Reach towards the pavilion like you could touch it. Reach, reach, reach. And then with that straight leg, take your hand down to your thigh or your shin. Some of you might go to the floor. Reach up to the opposite hand to the sky. Take a breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Bend your knees. Come all the way back up. Good. Hands to the hips. Turn the feet. We'll walk the feet together. Very nice. So, for a moment, ending our standing series where we began. Your feet, take them just a little wide. Bring your hands to your ribs, the lower ribs. And I want you to feel if now after about 30 minutes of movement, if you're able to feel your breath any different. Close your eyes here. Breathe in all the way to your lower ribs. Feel the ribs press against your hands as you inhale. And as you breathe out, feel the ribs gently drawing in together. Relax your shoulders. Relax the face muscles. Do two more, just two more breaths here. Beautiful, last breath. Good. All right, yogis, I invite you to find a seat, make yourself comfortable. Get a little bit into the legs, a little bit of twisting action. So first, sitting in what we call easy pose. You might know it from any kids that you're friendly with, crisscross applesauce. If you can sit in this manner, that's great. If not, that's also great. You can also just leave one leg out if your knees are feeling a little tweaky. And I didn't bring a block, but sometimes I think they give you blocks. No, they didn't give blocks. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about the blocks. No. I was going to demonstrate. But yeah, it's fine. All right. So here in your seat, let's take the left hand behind the hip. Reach your right arm up. Take a big breath. And on the breath out, now twist your torso over so that you can land your hand on the knee. We're starting to slow down the practice here. Slow down the breath. Lift up through your spine. See if you can lengthen with each breath in. And with each breath out, maybe you're able to twist just a little deeper. Take a breath. Good. Let's come back to center by reaching both arms up to the sky. A big inhale. New move, different move. Right arm to the floor, left arm over. So side bend. Good work. Try to see if you can land the hip to the floor as you reach. Take a breath. Both arms come up to the sky. breathe out, hands to the heart. Good. Now something that this yoga teacher loves to make you students do is switch the cross of your shins. Weird shin in front. It's not weird, it's just your other shin. Feels weird though because it's different to the brain. So practicing different body movements makes us healthy by making our brain work in different ways. Take your right hand behind your hip. Left arm, reach it up, big breath. As you breathe out, twist along your spine and bring your hands to the knee for a twist. Sit up tall in your breath. And on your breath out, ease your body into the twist. And notice the gentle nature of the world around you. The birds, the breeze. We're all one here. Breathe in. Both arms going to come to the sky. Big inhale. New move, right hand to the floor as you side bend over. So we were doing side bends in our extended side angle earlier, but now just from a different variation of body posture. So even though doing similar, the brain is still getting something new. Thank you, yoga. Let's do another breath. All right, bring both arms up to the sky. A big inhale. And exhale, hands to the heart. Very good. So let's take the right leg and extend it out to the side. And you can keep your left knee bent with the foot in. Doing beautifully. And from here, right, new movement, take a twist. Hand behind your hip. Twist across. Oh yeah. See if we can keep the hip on the extended leg rounded. So we bring the twist a little bit higher up into the ribs. One more breath here. And come back to center now and crawl your fingers as far forward as you can take them. Don't force a movement. I like to creepy crawl fingers out and then gently try to pull my upper body forward, getting this stretch all along the inner thigh here. If you can take elbows to the ground, go ahead. We'll take about 2 more breaths here. I like the use of the props out there. Smart. Good work, yogis. Walk the hands up. And be kind to yourself. Help your body switch. Bring the leg in. And we'll take the left leg out. All right, slide the hand down the leg. Lift the opposite arm up and over, and yes, a side bend, but use your leg to push against and try to rotate your ribs. It's like you're trying to take your heart up to the sky. Beautiful. It's just adding a different sensation to the side body. We'll do one more breath here. And then lift up and ease into your twist. Hand goes behind the hip, cross over to the knee. Good work. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Do one more breath here. Come back towards center. Lengthen your spine first. Big breath. And then walk the hands forward. Feeling all the sensation that you can right down the inside of that left thigh. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Crawl your way back up. We'll bring the legs together and let's all turn towards the street. Getting into the hips, walk your hands back a little bit. Take your left ankle to your right thigh, and if you gotta move way back, go ahead, right? Move way back, ankle to thigh. And now we're targeting stretch back here. So the way you do that is by lifting up, being nice and tall in your spine. And some of you will feel that stretch right away. Oh yeah, you got that nice energy in the back hip. Some of you will want to send a hip a little closer to that front heel. And now everyone, lift your chest out of your shoulders. Beautiful. Let's breathe here. Breathe out. And then I want to offer a little bit of movement. Just rock a little side to side in the hip. Imagine that the joint is just being massaged by the gentle movement. Good, let's come back to center. Take a breath in. To come out of the pose, walk your hands back, bend the elbows, and just switch. Some of you might like to lengthen the legs and bounce them out a little. When you're ready, you're just gonna bring the other ankle to the thigh. Lean back, give yourself some space, and then lift your body up into the stretch. Some of you will take the hips closer to that heel up in front. All of us will lift our chest out of the shoulders. If we let ourselves sag here, we'll lose out on a ton of sensation. And if that sensation is intense, be gentle with yourself and breathe in. And breathe out. You guys look beautiful. Take a few moments to rock a little side to side in the hips. Good. Come back to center. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. You can walk back and release. And from here, make your way to lying down onto your back. I will stand so that you guys can hear me, but trust that you hear what you hear. And so let's imagine I'm lying down. So from your back, slowly bring both knees into the chest and let your hands wrap around your knees. And be gentle here. Don't feel like you've got a strain. So if you need to go a little wider with your knees, you can. And then that rocking motion we were just doing with our hips, try that here. A little side to side rock through your lower back. And then you can also create small, gentle circles with your knees. Oh yes, creating a little different sensation and movement for the hip sockets. Take a few circles in the one direction. And then pause, move gently, circling in the other direction. Beautiful, yogis. We'll come back into center. And hold on just to your right knee, but let your left foot go. You can let your left leg stretch all the way out. And notice for a moment that stretch on the front side of your left hip. Relax your left leg to the floor if you can. Then take a breath in. With your breath out, very gently, maybe stretch the right thigh towards the right rib. So you kind of open up a little wider. Good work. Notice I'm creeping. Get back on your mat, Savannah. I can't help it. I want to go help, right? So a few moments here, and let's get a little bit of ankle mobility. So circle your foot around and around and around. Pause and go in the other direction. Around, around, and around. Good work. Pause here. Now listen closely. Your left hand, keep it on the knee. But your right hand, bring it out to the side. Good. Now take a breath. And on your breath out, use your left hand to find a twist, taking the knee across the body, twisting to your left. Good. Crossing over as far over as it feels good to you. With your right arm, reach it towards me and then relax it on the floor. That way we get as big of a twist in our body as we can. Now soften into it. Try not to grip, try not to hold. Thank the clouds for covering the sky for this moment. And do one more breath. From your twist, slowly come back to center. Both knees back into the chest. Wrap your arms around your knees and create that little side-to-side rocking motion. Massage your low back. We'll come to middle again. Hold on to just your left knee and extend the right leg out along the mat. Good. Relax here for a moment, checking in. It can be a pretty big stretch for some of us, just stretching the leg out and bending the opposite knee. So be gentle. No expectations of what your body can do, just noticing. Do another breath. I highly recommend checking in with breath. And on your exhale, you might gently draw the left thigh a little bit more towards the ribs and kind of open up this stretch in the groin. Okay. A few ankle rolls with the left foot around, and around. And then go the other direction. You might hear some scratch, snaps, and pops, waking up ligaments and tendons here. Good. You can relax. I want you to keep just your right hand on your knee. And bring your left hand out to the side. And as you're ready, use your next exhale to twist across the body. Now your knee comes this way as your left arm reaches towards that opposite basketball goal. Then relax into it. Try not to be gripped here. So take a breath. And on your breath out, ease into the twist. Allow your spine to twist. You sit a lot. You sit in your car a lot. You've been sitting on your couch a lot in quarantine. Maybe you've been doing a lot of twisting action. Twists are so healthy for the spine. But relax into it. Let's do one more breath. Good. Take a breath and let's slowly come back to center. Bring both knees into the chest one more time. We're going to do a variation of postures for the inner thighs here. Keep your right hand. Good. You're kind of like in a frog pose. Some of you will stay right here, and some of you will reach for your feet, catching on for a posture that we call happy baby. So imagine any babies you've ever seen before, how they grab their feet, and their smile is turned on bright because it feels so good. And you can rock a little side to side here if that feels fun for you. So what is yoga? Also playtime, right? Also get out of your comfort zone time. Let's do another breath or two here. And we'll come back to center. Hug your body one more time. And then release your body. We're coming to our final posture. This posture is known as Shavasana, also known as a relaxation pose. So letting the legs reach out long can be very nice for some of us, but if your lower back does not like to lay flat here, bend your knees and let your lower back flatten out like that. So relaxation, very important in a yoga practice, but very important for just being in a human body in general. How do we do that? First, take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, see what you can let go. Can you let your hips get heavy? Can you let your shoulders soften? Breath in, full breath out. Take a few moments more here and gently wiggle the fingers, start to wake up your toes. A little stretching into the arms, legs, down into the hands and feet. make any movements that feel natural and organic to you. Let your intuition guide you, and in the next few moments, we'll end up meeting in a seat. You determine how best to get there, and don't rush. Moment here in your seat, close your eyes and allow these next few moments to close out your practice. Be very internal, very personal. Close the eye movement through a little bit of mindfulness. Float the eyes open. Inhale, bring the arms up to the sky. Hands meet at the top, then on your breath out, hands to the heart center. Yogis, I'm very grateful for you and stepping out into the world today to move your bodies and be in community, even though we must be separated by distance. Thank you for your practice, and until the next time we're together, namaste.